Hey guys, welcome to this episode of Federation Nation. I am Anthony. This is Collectors Entertainment Network. And today we are going to take a look at Survivor Series 1990. As this episode drops, it'll be the Sunday before Thanksgiving 2022. And what better way to celebrate Thanksgiving than the Survivor Series? So we're going to take a look at the Survivor Series 1990 program, and we're going to talk a little bit about the event. I want to give a shout out to Corey Martinez, who asked for this episode. He wanted to see this program and talk about this event. So I thought, why not? I gave it a watch just to refresh my memory, and we're going to look at the program. But before we get into that, guys, I'd love to ask you to please subscribe to the channel. I'd love to have you back. Please comment down below. I would love to hear your Survivor Series 1990 memories. Please share this video with anyone you think may like it as well. And of course, please like the video. That helps a lot. While you're at it, go on over to Facebook. You can check out the Collectors Entertainment Network Facebook page. Give that a like. But definitely join the Federation Nation group. I want to see your collections of vintage WWF stuff there in the Federation Nation group. Please go over there and share it, and let's talk about it. I can't wait to see it. All right, so that's enough of an intro. Let's take a look at the Survivor Series 1990 program. We're not going to do this like from the pages because we're going to do more of a discussion, so I'm just going to pick it up and look. If I look this way, it's just to look at the monitor to make sure I've got everything in sight. So here is the front. There you go. Thursday, November 22nd, 1990. Hartford Civic Center, Hartford, Connecticut. Official souvenir edition. Meaning this was on newsstands, not bought there. And there you go. There are your matches. Hulkamaniacs versus the Natural Disasters. The Warriors versus the Perfect Team. The Alliance versus the Mercenaries. The Dream Team versus the $1 Million Team. The Vipers versus the Visionaries. And the survival match where you've got whoever survives on one side goes against whoever survived on this side for the ultimate Survivor Series match. Plus, of course, what is going to hatch out of the egg, and we will get into that. So we open it up, and what do you know? First of all, I got this on November 30th, 1990 at a store called Bar J. But here, own the video cassette, the 4th annual Survivor Series. They are already advertising the Survivor Series in the program that it came with. So while we're at it, right there in the beginning, let me show you this. Right here is the Coliseum video for Survivor Series. Now, two things about this. It's still sealed. I got this recently, I think, in an eBay auction. And the other thing is right there, it is beta. It is the beta tape. It's not the VHS tape. It is the beta tape. And I do have beta VCRs. I could watch this. In fact, I have a lot of Coliseum videos. That Ricky Steamboat right there, can you see it? It says beta. I like the beta ones. And especially when I was really starting to collect the Coliseum videos, the betas were way cheaper than the VHSs, because not that many people want them, so I liked snatching them up for a good price. But there is the VHS, so we are done looking at that. Let's get back to the program. So there you go. There's the Coliseum video ad, and of course your Read It and your Anvil saying no to drugs right there. Now again, this is just a regular program probably at the time, and then they just do the insert of the Survivor Series stuff in the middle. So ring scene, and of course they talk about Survivor Series. That you got Slick and Sensational Queen Sherry, she was at this time. Here is Rhythm and Blues and Jimmy Hart, and here is your piece to subscribe to WWF Magazine. But here we go, another Coliseum video ad, and guess what, guys? I've got that one too. And I also have it sealed. But this is the VHS. See? This is the actual VHS. But look, it has the friendship bracelet that comes with it because it is sealed. Again, I probably got this. In fact, I know I got this off of like eBay at some point. But not the same, because this is VHS. And the other lot that I got was beta, obviously. So Hulkamania Forever. There is that, but let's continue with the program. So that's where we were. In fact, there you go. See, free Hulk Hogan friendship bracelet right there. So you're friends with the Hulkster if you buy this. All right. Ultimate Warrior, the kingdom will crumble. And then the next match is at your house. See, right here, Ted DiBiase. My son has him in his room. Wasn't mine growing up. It was actually my brother-in-law, my wife's brother. He had the $1 Million Man. I don't know if he got it as a kid or he got it later, but at some point, I mean, he had it. And then he gave it to my kids. So, that was it. I think he might have given it, he might have given it to my oldest, who's my girl, but eventually it just made its way to my son because, you know, it's a wrestling figure. Well, it's a wrestling pillow. But there you go. Wrestling buddies. All right. Here is Sergeant Slaughter. All I see are pukes. And then there we start the Survivor Series insert, which is also has the catalog in there as well. So there you go. The WWF Thanksgiving Night Tradition. Tonight on Thanksgiving, it's all happening. And then you go with other things. Here's the lineup. Hulk Hogan leads his Hulkamaniacs. It's just sort of a synopsis of everything. This year, the Survivor Series has a special final survival match. All survivors of previous matches are paired into 2 final teams and then go at it until the last regular match. No one will know the makeup of either final team. So there you go. And then here are your teams. You've got the Hulkamaniacs versus the Natural Disasters. Now, speaking of natural disasters, obviously you have Earthquake on here. But his tag team partner of the future natural disasters, Typhoon, is still Tugboat. So he has not yet turned on the Hulkster. Now, Hulk Hogan is the sole survivor of this match. Now we go to the Warriors versus the Perfect Team. And it's not just the Ultimate Warrior, because you have the Ultimate Warrior, you have the Road Warriors, and you had Kerry Von Erich, known as the Modern Day Warrior. Didn't really go by that in WWF, but that was one of his monikers. And of course, the Ultimate Warrior is the sole survivor of his team. Then we go to the Alliance versus the Mercenaries. There's Nikolai Volkov's team versus Sergeant Slaughter. And Tito Santana is the sole survivor of his team and of the match. And here is the catalog. Your fall, winter 90-91. As this drops, we haven't gotten this far into from the pages of WWF Magazine. We are only in spring of 1990. So this is a little bit of a sneak peek of what's to come for the catalog. You got some cool stuff. Kids Corner. Of course, you have your t-shirt page. Here are your posters and novelties. There you go. Cups and tote bags and Ultimate Warrior necklaces and trading card collector's kit. That's cool. I have most of those cards. I've showed it on a previous episode of Federation Nation. There's some accessories and your order form, the Hulk Hogan jacket, and then we get back into the event. You've got the Dream Team versus the $1 Million Team. Okay, few things. First of all, you could see Dusty Rhodes there is wearing red polka dots. He's not wearing his yellow polka dots. And then when it actually comes time for the event, he doesn't wear any polka dots. He's still got the yellow boots, but then he just wears, I think, black trunks, maybe has some like red trim, and he has like a black jacket with, I think, red trim. He does not wear the polka dots, but this was probably close to the end of his run, and he decided, I ain't doing it anymore, Vince. A couple things. All right. Right there, you've got the sole survivor of his team is the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase. But this person right here, mystery person. Now, that's not the actual silhouette because nobody knew. This is Survivor Series 1990. The mystery guest in his debut is the Undertaker. So that is who that mystery person is supposed to be. Again, that silhouette is not the Undertaker. They didn't make it look like the Undertaker. They just made it look like some generic person. But that will be the Undertaker in his WWF debut. And then you've got the Vipers versus the Visionaries. Now, the entire Visionaries team survives. The first time in Survivor Series history that the whole team survived. So that makes it the entire Visionaries plus Ted DiBiase, the $1 Million Man, takes on Hulk Hogan, the Ultimate Warrior, and Tito Santana in the final match. And I'm pretty sure you all can guess who ends up being the survivors at the end. Hulk Hogan and the Ultimate Warrior. Because Ultimate Warrior was champ, so he's got to be there at the end. But Hulk Hogan's Hulk Hogan, and he probably wouldn't allow anyone else to be there at the end. So it is Hogan and Warrior as the survivors in the survival match. And then, of course, the egg. We all know what the egg is, the Gobbly Gooker. And it's funny to look back at it because I was watching it and there was so much expectations of what it could be, and then that Gobbly Gooker pops out and you can see the immediate reaction from the crowd is to start booing. And Mean Gene's got some funny lines there. But so the immediate crowd is like, this was such a letdown. It kind of gets a little bit better. They start pumping the music, so probably so you can't hear it. And then he takes Mean Gene into the ring and they start dancing around and doing flips and all sorts of stuff. And I think it kind of gets the kids in the mood. Like the kids kind of like, they enjoy it. They like it. They find it entertaining, you know, like the little kids. And then at that point, I guess, remember, it was still family entertainment at that point. And I guess the grown-ups kind of just let it go. All right, the kids like it. They weren't like, you know, they weren't throwing things at him or anything. But they were definitely booing him at the beginning. And then it kind of got a little bit better. And he kind of won the crowd over towards the end. But it is still thought of as probably the biggest blunder in WWF history. All right, so there's the big egg. Here you've got your scorecard where you can fill it out, find out who won, you know, check them off, and then make your grand finale match of survival. And then we go back to the regular program. Finally, a vitamin kids can look up to and parents can trust. Hulk Hogan, I guess, chewable vitamins. The new champion of children's chewables. All right. Legion of Doom, hot on Demolition's heels. And then, of course, you have some handheld games by Acclaim. And in there is the Wrestlemania Challenge game, which I had as a kid, and I just recently found it. So I definitely want to get that in a show one of these days, but I don't want to do a whole show about that. So I think I'm going to do a Federation Nation with, you know, sort of odds and ends, things that don't have enough to talk about to make a whole episode, but I do definitely want to show you. So we'll put like an odds and ends together. All right, there we go. Saba Simba roaring for action. There are the cards for subscribing to WWF Magazine. You've got Bobby the Brain Heenan, a most unhappy fellow. He's looking miserable there. All right. Then you've got, looks like a Gremlins 2 ad for what? The game, I guess. And then the model, Rick Martel, sees no recovery for Jake. We go to the last page, a staple in programs at this time. Keep an eye on. You've got the Hart Foundation. You've got Superfly Snuka, Coco Beware, The Rockers, and Battle Cat. I don't remember Battle Cat, but okay. And then here you go, the Go Head-to-Head Wireless. And if you look in the back, the game they're playing is Wrestlemania for the Nintendo. And again, there is the back. All right. So, Survivor Series 1990. It was a pretty good event. I like the introduction of The Undertaker. That was great. The survival match at the end was pretty good. So there was definitely some high spots. But definitely the Gobbly Gooker was definitely the low spot. All right, that's going to do it for this. We looked through the program. We talked about the event very little bit and, and went over who won and who moved on to that last match. But guys, I'd like to ask you, please subscribe, please comment, please share, and please like. And definitely go over to Federation Nation and show me some pictures of your collection, whether it's programs, WWF magazines, Coliseum videos, whatever it is, LJNs, anything. Show me your vintage WWF stuff. All right, that's going to do it for this week. But again, because this is the week of Thanksgiving, if you're watching it as it comes out, of course, you could be watching this 2 months, 3 months, a year from now. But if you're watching this as it comes out, again, this is the Sunday before Thanksgiving 2022. And from me to you and your family, I want to wish you guys a very happy Thanksgiving. All right, that's it for this week. So until next time, guys, have a good one.